I have Iron Pig stuff downstairs.
Yeah, I don't know why, man. I don't know if you didn't remember who we were talking to at 10.
That's how well prepared our entire. It doesn't whatever. Tyler remembered. We're here with Mike Ventola from the Iron Pigs. He's a manager of media relations. We want to talk sports. Oh my God, this is great. How are you doing?
Doing as well as I could be at this time, just trying to stay sane, trying to stay busy, and obviously just trying to keep a positive outlook with everything that's going on right now.
Yeah, you guys are in a little bit of a standstill, just like the rest of the world, I guess. How have you been keeping busy yourself? And you mentioned there are some things planned going on at Coca-Cola Park. You could talk about some of those things and maybe some plans for when this is all behind us.
I tell you, right now, what we're trying to do as a staff, I mean, we're just trying to really utilize our social media feeds, as you guys have been able to see, and hopefully your viewers have been as well. And, we're just trying to stay proactive and trying to as well, not only to keep things fun and lighthearted, especially with all the seriousness that's going on right now, but also too trying to be advocates for other businesses and obviously our health networks here in the area. So, we recently just released a T-shirt that 100% of the proceeds are going to the Lehigh Valley Health Network and St. Luke's University Health Network, trying to help them in their battle against COVID-19. So, we're just trying to, do what we need to do from a seriousness standpoint, but also too, we're the Iron Pigs. We're a fun time. So we're trying to give people an escape, as normally sports has been an escape for times when our country and our world has been in peril. But the sad thing about it now is that, we haven't been able to do that, in the front lines. We now, because of technology, have been able to do it, behind our computer screens and in other scenarios, just like what we're doing here.
Yeah. Has the players and the organization itself, have you had any contact with how they're coping? Are they playing a lot of video game, a lot of you see a lot of athletes are competing.
Nobody play. Do people play baseball?
Still hot.
Do people play baseball on PS4? I do.
I mean, look, I legitimately just got MLB The Show. I just bought a PS4 because of this thing.
That's what Tyler's in.
Same.
Tyler got it just to play golf.
I just got it for a golf game.
That's one of the next games I'm downloading. But believe it or not, guys, baseball players, you'd think they would be sick and tired of playing baseball. No, they play MLB The Show. They play a bunch of baseball games and other sports games too, football, hockey, golf, you name it. And
let me ask you, when you play a video game like The Show, are you creating the program or are you creating yourself as the player?
Now, I'm just going to even be more honest and serious with you. I legitimately just turned on MLB The Show for the first time last night. Okay, so I have to yet develop my character. I'm going to go that route. I want to, start from the bottom and then work my way up. I think I'm going to go that route.
I always did that, but then I midway through, I would create this phenom character under my name, and I'd be dominating, pro sports. And then I'd have this moment of realization that I will never be as good as the character that I created on the video game.
You used to be able to play NCAA football, right? This was 2005 or so. It was a long time ago. Or I don't know how long it lasted, but you could make a college player out of high school, and then you play them through NCAA, and then you could import them into Madden.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do they still do that? I don't think so, because they don't even have the NCAA game anymore.
No, they don't.
Nope.
It's a bummer. I spent way too many hours on that. Way too many.
So you guys, are a lot of the players in the Valley? Have they left? Or the whole staff? Are you? I mean, you're a local guy, right? You're from.
Yep. I live in Easton. From Easton, live in Easton. So it's been nice to just still be in the area. But all of our players, guys, which is weird because when all this stuff started, they were still down in Clearwater for spring training. Yeah. So they were there. And then, outside of those who maybe live in that area all year long, they either went back to Philadelphia if they ended up moving to Philly or, other parts of the country. One of our players, Austin Listy, he's been at his family ranch in Texas. He actually sent us a video, which, kind of sending well wishes to our fans. And him and his son, Weston, they're hanging out on their front porch in their ranch down in good old Texas. So, guys are all over the place and just trying to keep sane, trying to keep busy in their own life.
Yeah, for sure.
And how are you? Are you keeping sane and busy by? Because you talked about like IronPigs. I know it's minor league baseball, but it's so much more than that. You guys,
especially here,
you
Lehigh
advocate
Valley.
for the Lehigh Valley. You know, you're representatives of the Lehigh Valley. You're always giving back. There's nonprofits when you walk into the games. You know, is now a time when you're like, hey, we can't play baseball. We can do this.
Right. And that's what we've been doing. You know, I mean, it's funny, like we've been trying to find creative ways to bring even baseball to our fans. We did 2 weeks ago, we set up a MLB The Show E-Series against the El Paso Chihuahuas. And we ended up having a 3-game set. We hosted games 1 and 3. They hosted game 2. I actually ended up providing commentary for game 3, which was entertaining. We're actually doing something this Friday evening as well too, where we're going to be playing the Rochester Red Wings, because that's normally where the IronPigs on this day would have been in Rochester playing the Red Wings. So we're not only doing that, guys, but also keeping it as close to an IronPig game as possible, doing our sponsored reads. We even played the pork race. You know, we've even had the pork race being played. So Hambone's already won, you know, for your Hambone lovers out there.
Hambone thought he would have a little time off, but like, no, man, we're running you still, you know?
Exactly. He's been busy. He won the last race. We've been doing the national anthem, 7th inning stretch, you know, but doing that also too, we've been real busy on Facebook, Twitter. We're doing contests. We're doing
you guys see this?
So we're also doing some fun stuff. And then look, I see what do we got? The pork race. Did you video it?
Look, this is from August 1st, 2013. This is when the Peep stole a win. Watch this. This is a travesty. Oh, no. Watch. See the Peep down here?
What did you record this on a microwave?
It was 2013, Tyler. Look at Hambone. No, come on. Ridiculous.
Ridiculous. Whether I think it.
How do you guys allow that to happen is what I want to know. You're obviously seeing this happen, and you're like, I guess that's.
We are trying to keep the racers, you know, as true as possible. We don't want to interfere with the racers, but for some reason, other mascots are taking advantage of poor Hambone. You know, I've even seen Diggity and Barbecue and others, you know, teaming up on Hambone. Hambone's just a lovable loser. You know, he was like the Chicago Cubs for a long time. Lovable loser.
Yeah,
simple as that.
Sure. So, Mike, you're a local guy. You're from Easton. What do you think? And I read something, or somebody said that, has it been 10 years since the IronPigs have been here? How long has it been?
This season would have been our 13th season. It's been since 2008, okay. So it's just.
It doesn't seem like that long. I feel like it's still a new thing. I feel like it's because you guys do a good job of, you know, keeping it fresh and everything. What do you think it is about the Lehigh Valley and the IronPigs that makes it such a special part of the community? Not that I don't know what it's like in other areas with their, you know, minor league teams, but I feel like the IronPigs, there's a sense of ownership all of the Lehigh Valley community feels for the IronPigs. It's like our team. What do you think separates us from other areas?
I think it's just a couple things. One, I think people in this area love baseball. I think baseball is one of the more popular sports in this region. So I still remember when the IronPigs were moving in, people were like, they were going nuts. They were ready for it. They were excited for it. But I think what allows the IronPigs too to keep their consistency for so many years is that, you know, we like to treat our fans, our partners, as if, you know, not if, but they are family. We want to treat everybody that comes through our gate as this, they are a part of the family. So, and not only with just, it starts from Kurt Landis and trickles all the way down through each of our front office member, but more importantly, guys, our game day employees, our ushers, our security people, you know, people that got to clean up the ballpark, you know, food and beverage, our concessions workers. I mean, think about it. They are coming from all aspects of the Lehigh Valley. Some are even coming a little bit further outside of the Lehigh Valley. So they're on the front lines, talking with fans, mingling with the fans. And because they have a love and appreciation of what's done each and every game, that that trickles over to the fans coming in and just having fun. And we really just want everybody to come through the gates, have a fun and entertaining time. And I think, you know, since 2008 through now, the IronPigs are the best at being able to do that.
Sure. It's like, you say you're there for 13 years, and you're right, Tyler. It doesn't seem like that long, but then I feel like we're spoiled already, you know?
Yeah.
Because it's so. What I do like with the Iron Pigs, they always update. So like they put in like the hot corner the one summer, and I don't want to put you guys on the spot. Like you're gonna do something else. They did. I'm not gonna show this video, but the one time, Tyler, they put in those video, the video games at the urinals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I have a video getting a high score. Can't
don't
show
show that. Don't show that video.
It wasn't graphic. It just I don't need to rehash it.
Offline, maybe delete the video. I don't know.
I probably should, but that's the point. It's like it is baseball. But my wife always jokes. She's like, I've been to like 25 Iron Pigs games, and I think I've seen 3 pitches. And I'm not saying that's good. But it's also like, hey, it's a fun thing. You don't have to love baseball. Hopefully, you'll love it when you get there. But it's a lot of fun just to be there.
Yeah, and you're right. And I tell people too, and I mean, you guys know because you guys just pretty much talked about it. It's like, look, like when people come through the gates, and I mean, like baseball is my favorite sport, grew in it, playing it, the whole thing. I tell people all the time, I said, look, you don't even have to like baseball to come through the gates and have a good time. Like I have good friends of mine that I went to high school with at Easton that I'm still in touch with that go to the games regularly, and they're not the biggest baseball fans. And they say, Mike, the baseball's the background. Everything else is the front line, whether it's the food, the merchandise, all the in-between inning contests that we do, the pork race. Pork race, I got to be honest with you. I used to work for other organizations prior to Lehigh Valley in the minor leagues. I've never seen a race more highly talked about than the pork race. It is, I think, the best. I think it's the best thing we do. I think our pork race is the best thing we do.
Yeah, not to take away from the world-class athletes that are there. But,
yeah, I wonder if the players are like, well, that's great. Thanks for coming to the game and not knowing my name.
Let me ask you, Mike. Let me ask you. All right. So you're doing the MLB The Show. There's one thing missing from the virtual game that I want to ask you about that you can't get when you're at the stadium. What vendor are you most missing from Coca-Cola Park? I don't want to put you on the spot, and you could politicians like to pivot and they'll name a bunch of them here.
I'll help him out if he gets in trouble.
Well, here's what I'm going to say.
I'm going to give him an opportunity, all of them, right?
I'm just going to sit here, and then a half hour later, we're going to get done with the last name. I am going to pivot because I don't want to put any of our
I'll do it.
Session,
I'll do it. You know what the best thing is? Dippin' Dots, because it's been the ice cream of the future since 1996. That being said, I still get it every time, and I get the helmet, and we pile it up, and I'm like, Dolly, this is the ice cream of the future.
When I go into an Iron Pigs game, and I like baseball, but I won't make it through that corridor that you go through the gate, where there's All Shucks is there, the right field. I won't make it through that corridor until inning 5 because I've eaten almost everything that's in that little corridor.
Well, and then they have a beer stand right there too.
Yeah,
so you don't even have to.
It's great.
Well, that's one thing I miss. After is believe it or not, some of the bacon items we have. Like, don't laugh. If I really had to say,
believe it or not, I'd be bathing in it.
The chocolate covered bacon, I miss. I miss that.
Yeah.
And it's some as fun as the chocolate covered bacon, our bacon on a stick. Just all of our bacon items and all of our pork items, just because I don't eat a lot of it, when I'm home. I mean, I have bacon for breakfast, every now and then, but otherwise I just wait till I get to the ballpark.
That's got to be difficult. That's got to be probably the hardest part of your job is picking what to eat when you go to the ballpark.
Well, it was funny. One time I was, when I was on the radio, I was interviewing the gentleman who owns Aw Shucks. And I said to him, I said, what would really make this interview better if you could bring up some Aw Shucks corn? And his wife actually ran down, got a piece, brought it up, and I'm literally eating the corn on the broadcast as I'm interviewing this guy. And I'm like, at that point, I was like, I don't even know why I'm doing this. This, it was so good.
Yeah.
And that's just the fun stuff. You're in the moment.
Right.
And you're eating all the food and, having the beverages. That's what I miss.
No, I can't wait.
Do the players get to experience the food?
Oh, absolutely. They get every opportunity to taste the food and, taste a lot of our fun items that we have. So, that's, look, we've been with the Phillies since day one. And the Phillies, I'll say this too, because both of you guys have Philly apparel on. Even too, the reason why we've been so successful is because the Philadelphia Phillies, they take a lot of pride in their minor league organizations, especially with what we do here in Lehigh Valley. So, our players, we treat them like royalty when they come in, and they have a blast. And they always, when they get up to Philadelphia, they always say, it was nice playing in Coca-Cola Park, not only because of the fans, but the way the Iron Pigs treated us.
Awesome.
That's cool. You know what else I miss? I miss when there's fireworks at Coca-Cola Park, and then people go on Facebook and they're like, "Why are there fireworks?" And it's like, it's
13 years.
You guys, you know this by now.
Exactly. Oh, I'll tell you, we've actually too, and I'm glad you brought up the fireworks. I don't know if you guys have seen on Twitter. We've actually been posting like fireworks shows on Twitter.
Nice.
So just because we're like, here's a Friday night fireworks show, and just I've seen people, and it gets a lot of views.
Wonder if the end of all this, like, if there's going to be a day, right? If they're like, hey. There has to be, right? So say it's May, I don't want to say, but say it's May 1st. Is that a day where we're going to, like, is it going to be a national holiday? Like,
it
going forward? I'm serious. Like, it's kind of weird to think about. But this, because you're going to remember every year, whatever that day was. And my point is, we should light up some fireworks legally by someone who has a permit. Not me.
So where can people find out some of the stuff you guys are doing, the MLB The Show games, the different packages that you're giving towards the fans that are missing a little Iron Pigs baseball? Where can they go to find some of this stuff?
A lot of the stuff they can go on our website at ironpigsbaseball.com, but also to our social media feeds on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We've been posting a lot of that stuff daily too. So especially too with all of our MLB The Show games, we've been keeping it strictly to social, just so we're getting it out there, getting it right away. But you know, if you want to help donate to our COVID-19 benefit that we're doing for St. Luke's and for Lehigh Valley Health Network, get to shopironpigs.com. $20. The shirt's $20, and 100% of the proceeds, they're going to those two organizations.
Awesome. And one last question.
Well, I got one too.
Okay, well, let me go first. It's not that great. So what team am I supposed to hate the most?
Now, if you're talking for the Iron Pigs, the Wilkes-Barre Rail Riders.
Okay, that makes sense. It's funny.
Because they're the team from up north. We don't like talking with them.
I've never been in this position before. I grew up there, and we used to go to Scranton, Wilkes-Barre Red Barons games before they were then, and that was my team. But I'm sorry, you know. Obviously, it's the Iron Pigs now. Well, I'm totally cool hating the Rail Riders.
Weren't the Red Barons a Philadelphia affiliate?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were.
So you're not wrong. You're fine.
Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. Yep. But I'm happy with that answer. Go ahead.
And the thing about it too is, real quickly, is that we always do we have an Iron Rail series with them, and we actually get a trophy whoever wins the regular season series. So we're the reigning defending champions. Okay. So you know, and our diehards, they really get into it. So. Because it's the Phillies and the Yankees. I mean, come on. I mean, that's a good rivalry right there.
Yeah, we don't like to mess with the Yankees for sure. How long until you're playing the controller on the MLB Show for the Iron Pigs? I know you just started, but do you think you're going to get the call up to the I baseball?
I'm going to tell you this right now. If my player in MLB The Show is anything like how I was as the real life player, I'm not going to get out of the lowest level of the minor leagues. It's just not going to happen because I was a terrible hitter. I was the daisy picker in right field. So I was like the one kid from the Bad News Bears that literally just stood out there and had no idea what was going on. So
that's better than me.
About baseball, you can still love the game no matter what, you know.
Exactly.
Hey, Mike, this was a lot of fun. Maybe we'll do it again. We'll stay in touch.
Absolutely.
And we'll make sure to get all the links in there, and people can go and support. And I cannot wait to be eating my Dippin' Dots out of a little tiny helmet in right field sometime soon.
Well, I'm going to tell you this, guys. When we get back, because we will be back, you guys got to come out. And maybe if there's, a way you guys could do your show or something, or just come out, then let's go. Let's get you guys out to the ballpark. Let's go.
You made my day. All right.
Let's go. Let's get you guys out. Awesome.
All right. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Thank you. You guys as well. Yes.